So we are on another bike adventure today. Today my boyfriend and I are gonna go to Cape May. We're gonna go swimming, hopefully after dark. And we're gonna go dolphin watching at sunset. So I'm gonna bike to the train station. We're gonna bike to the beach, bike to the docking area. All that. So enjoy. I also rented binoculars for the dolphin watching, so I want to see if I put the camera up to the binoculars, if you guys will be able to see any of the dolphins. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll try it. Traffic goes this way, idiot. Again, wrong way on the High Energy Network Road. Why would you do that? And of course, they're gonna run the red light. signal. Their tires flat. I think they know where they're going. porta potty in the bike lane? It is. It's a porta potty in the bike lane. Wonder who knocked that over. I think the bus stop is on the other side. I'm gonna start heading this way, and if the GPS reroutes me, it reroutes me. Let me see actually which way the GPS is telling me to go. I think we're going right. I had it set up to Bluetooth, but it's just not saying anything, so we'll see. May as well just go. Or not. Thank you. That's one way. says our destination is on the left. So I was trying to figure out how to get over to the left. You all know what a crosswalk is? Oh, here it is. The
currently up in front of us, couple more to the left, up ahead, look around. Beautiful pod here. Looking at us here. Now when a female dolphin goes to give birth for the first time, she will swim back to the matriarchal pod from which she was born. So in most cases, her mother's there, her grandmother's there, in some rare cases, even her great-grandmother. You see, we've been able to prove lineage between the dolphins from generation to generation. When she goes to give birth, she's assisted in the birthing process by, for lack of a better phrase, midwife. Now, the midwife's there to assist in all aspects of the birthing process and to take over cat-bearing responsibilities, if anything, would have happened to the mother dolphin. She is the teacher. She'll teach her calf for another 12 months all the ways of the dolphin world. So what are we looking at tonight, folks? We're looking at dolphins or porpoise. Well, what's the difference? A lot of folks, they use those names back and forth like they are the same, and they are not. Tonight we are looking at Canada's bottlenose dolphins, not porpoise. See, dolphins have a rostrum that sticks out the front of their body. It's part of their jawline, part of their mouth. Makes them look like they're always smiling. They cannot change that smile, though. They are stuck with it. And they have cone-shaped teeth. Porpoise, on the other hand, have a blunt head and spade-shaped teeth. At the group between the two boats here, there's a secondary group back here on the right also, going offshore a little bit. Dolphins are also larger than porpoise. These bottlenose dolphins, they are about twice the size of a harbor porpoise. Looks like they're angling offshore here. You know, another way you can tell the difference between dolphins and porpoise, you can actually just go by what time of year. We are seeing them here in Cape May because we see dolphins, we see porpoise, we see them all in different seasons. Our dolphins, they show up here usually around the middle of April. They stay with us throughout the spring, the summer, and the fall. They really do not leave here till around December. Dolphins do this because they like the water 50 degrees or warmer. The water temperature out here today, 72 degrees. Porpoise, on the other hand, you will not see a porpoise this time of year in Cape May. If you came back out with us in January or February, it's a smaller porpoise. You'd be out here in 38 degree water. You would not have any dolphins that time of year. Troops were on our left up ahead, working offshore last seen here. Chance they'll be back up rule number 1 in whaling dolphin watching. Whatever goes down must come up. On our left up ahead, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, so we're ahead of the boat. Going offshore into the rivers here. Hold on. 2 groups, 3 groups up in front of us here. Another group to the right up ahead. 4 groups. Landing down here. Now the dolphins are underwater for a longer period of time. What do you think they're doing here? They are eating. They are chasing fish. Yeah, a little sushi for dinner. Dolphins are expert fishermen. They do not miss a trick. They live and hunt and work within a cooperative community. They utilize cooperative hunting techniques. To gather their fish, they eat 10 to 15 pounds of fish every day. They communicate back and forth to one another through a series of whistles and clicks. Now I'm on our right up ahead. Now we've got ahead of us and on our left up ahead. All 3. Now, dolphins are members of the order Cetacea. That term, cetacean, this refers to a group of over 90 different marine mammal species. They are broken up into 2 sub-orders, which are toothed whales, or odontocetes, baleen whales, or mysticetes. Bottlenose dolphins, they are a toothed whale. We're grouped in with all toothed whales, so that includes all species of dolphins, all species of porpoise. It includes narwhals, orcas, belugas, pilot whales, sperm whales. Those are all examples of a toothed whale. Larger whales like a humpback whale, fin whale, right whale, blue whale. Those are all baleen whales or mysticetes. The baleen whales do not have any teeth. In lieu of teeth, they have baleen plates in the roof of their mouth. They will use the baleen like a big filter and filter their food out of seawater in that smaller hole. Look around and see where the groups went. They made this turn offshore, but they could turn back towards the beach. If you see them going around here, I know we got a group over on the left, but we were up to 4 different groups here. Direction often because they're chasing fish. The little fish they're chasing, they're swimming for their lives right now, trying to get away from the dolphins. The dolphins are just trying to have dinner. Right side, splashing on the surface here at 2 o'clock. A couple different groups on our left here, turning back up the beach. Now it's your 9 o'clock there. Have you ever thought about how a dolphin sleeps? Maybe not. Not really. It's pretty important. Let's think about it like this. Dolphins are marine mammals. They have to surface to breathe air. They breathe air like we do. We, as humans, we cannot lay down on the ocean floor and take a nap, right? Neither can the dolphins. Now, scientists knew for years they are related to other cetaceans, like humpback whales. They had witnessed humpback whales doing something called logging whenever they are tired. Logging is a simple process for a humpback whale. They float on the surface, their back exposed to the air, and every now and then they will take a breath of fresh air with their holes in the back. Humpback whales can do that because they have a lot of blubber. Blubber is fatty tissue. We all know that floats. Dolphins, on the other hand, dolphins have a lot of muscle. The dolphins, they stop swimming and moving around at the sacred ground with the dolphins dead ahead of us and right next to us on the left. So this one little scientist, until finally a Russian scientist many years ago had 2 dolphins in captivity, he hooked them up to a brainwave machine. He solved the mystery. He discovered dolphins have the ability to isolate either hemisphere of their brain throughout the day. So throughout one part of the day, the dolphins, they are swimming on the left hemisphere of their brain only. The right hemisphere of their brain, it is turned off for sleeping. Another part of the day, they're swimming on the right hemisphere of their brain only. The left hemisphere, it is turned off for sleeping. Level with the back of the boat on the left here. More dolphins up the coast. And throughout more rigorous activities, like eating or mating, dolphins are operating on both left and right hemispheres of the brain at the same time. Unlike man, we know when it comes to mating, man will be operating on no hemispheres of the brain. And that brings up another interesting topic with our dolphin friends about their mating behavior. Did you know dolphins are some of the most sexually active creatures on the planet? Unlike other animals that only mate when the females in heat, the dolphins, they mate 365 days a year. They mate for fun and recreation. Some male dolphins, believe it or not, they've been known to mate 5 to 7 times a day. Now those dolphins. So we spin on that theory about coming back as a bird, right? Dolphins dead ahead of us, going from left to right. Got another group out on the left, more ahead of us on the left, and we have this other pod to our right. They're all through here, guys. How many dolphins do you think are here? 5, 6, 7? 14, 50. 100? 100 seems a little high. 14, 15 seems a little low. It's not 6 or 7, right? No, I think you're right around 20 to 25 through here. Each of these pods has around 5 or 6 in it. Now, how do we know that? They're tough to count, right? They all sit still, they all look the same. There's a couple looking at us here on the right. They don't all look the same. Our interns and naturalists with the Cape May Whale Watcher fleet, we photo-identify dolphins. Part of that is the differences. Specifically, we photographed their dorsal fins, so that's the fin on the back of the dolphin. You see it every time they surface, those dorsal fins, they are unique. The fingerprint to the dolphin, shape of it, size of it, notch pattern on the back edge of it, unique characteristics, so we can tell them apart from one another. We keep track of individual dolphins from day to day or year to year. Count them. Even learn where they go just for the photo. So when you get a match between 2 photographs, 2 dorsal fins are the same, you know it's the same dolphin. When the photos are taken in different locations, you know that dolphin's traveled. We learn when our dolphins swim south, they're swimming as far south as the Carolinas. Right around Morehead City, North Carolina seems to be the largest concentration of dolphins in the Cape May area. Look around, I'll pop back up here. There's, oh, jumping out of the water, left side. This breach out here. Again. Left side, reaching. Couple more close. Oh, again, up ahead on the left here.
There's some on the right, over there.
Dolphin down here. Looking at you guys up front. Going to the right of ahead. Close. Going right down the right side there. Saying hello. Now, we told you lots of information about the dolphins in a short period of time here. I do not expect you to remember everything, but if you can, remember one thing from tonight's trip. Let's remember this. Where are we? Well, right now, you're out in the Atlantic Ocean, right? No doubt about that. Where are the dolphins? Same place. They're out here. They're in the wild. They are free. Dolphins like this in the wild, they live 45 to 50 years out here. Now, the dolphins you see out in captivity, like in a marine mammal park show, they are not so lucky. Typically, for every one dolphin you see out in captivity, there have been 3 dolphins captured. The first 2 die in the first 90 days of capture. The last one lucky dolphin you see in the show only lives to the ripe old age of 5. That's it. So what are we getting at? It doesn't matter whether you're on this boat or somebody else's boat. What really matters is the well-being of the dolphins. This is where they belong, living out their lives the way the Creator intended them to live. Not sitting around a little concrete tank and endless circles. They go blind and die off from other eye-related diseases. No way, man. You want to see them? You want to see them out here. Going to the left up in front of us right now. It's more active on here, on the left. Dolphins do not do well in captivity. It's a proven fact. Anybody on board ever hear of a TV series from the 1960s called Flipper? For those not familiar with 1960s television, it was a TV show about a dolphin named Flipper, perhaps the most famous dolphin ever. There were actually 5 different live dolphins that starred as Flipper in that series. Richard O'Barry was the trainer for all 5 Flippers. Rick O'Barry went from being the foremost dolphin trainer in the nation to becoming the most outspoken advocate of freedom for all dolphins all over the world. He's still active today. If you want to know what he's been up to or what you can do to help out captive dolphins all over the world, check out dolphinproject.com or emptythetanks.org. Dolphins up, left side. Working on getting our last shots in here. They're kind of taking us off short here. I want to take you over to Delaware Bay for the sunset. Working their way towards the ocean. Just off to our right here, stand in front of the Sea Star there. Also runs out of this marina.
No camera. Camera's not a good idea. Next time. Like sincerely is everything.
Dude, you need to keep up. Oh, now he stopped.
Battery low. Please charge it.
Why would you stop in the middle of the road like that? You have a green. Are they on their phone?